Hey everybody, welcome back to our alternative American history. I hope you're having a sweet day today. Enacting workers' protections is actually at almost 47% to happen. We just had a popular playwright in Colorado endorse us, which provided us with a 10% bump. The Communist Party did win the election again, so they've been in power now for like what, 6 election cycles? But I was able to bring the Whig Party in with a government reform just so I can get these guys a little bit more prominent position. And the election was closer this time, at least. They only won at 60% this time. So, cool. Maybe we can get some events that will make the Whigs just a little bit more profitable. Or, sorry, not profitable. Well, I mean, the industrialists would love that, wouldn't they? I would love to make these guys greater in clout, so maybe there's a way to do that. We can, if I choose to. I do have 253 authority, so I can go into, like, say, the intelligentsia, for example, and I can say I want to bolster them. This would give them more traction, which might take the Whig Party up where it needs to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and see if I can give them a little bit more influence to beat that out, because I think people are probably, you know, especially the Americans in the audience, are probably like, why is the Communist Party in the power? I didn't do it. It wasn't me. All right. The game just does this. So the trade unions and rural folk are in here. But look, everybody's being so loyal. Everybody's loyal. Even the old farts are loyal, huh? Marginalized groups. I mean, only the Southern planters aren't happy, but whatever. Even the evangelicals are considered happy with me, so... yeah, that's good. So as long as everybody's happy, right? That's what we need. So let me take a look real quick at the state of the market. Now, I've let a lot of things in the last couple of videos. I've been basically pushing things to auto update, and I've actually stopped that. So I've went in now into the buildings tab, and I've made sure that every single building, except the shipyards apparently, and the munitions plants. Now I have to wonder if I missed any. Yeah, pretty much every single building, right, is set to not auto-expand anymore. Now, the reason for this is because of how the game handles this. I've been reading up on it because I started to notice a few things and I didn't like what I was seeing, so I've stopped it. And I wanted to talk about what those things are and some improvements that the game should make. And actually... game doesn't really need to make them because the modding community is already on the case. The modders have already changed how this works. So I probably will be, if I do play the Africa, the African start, right, where I've got this sort of African warlord idea that I was looking at through history and stuff. I brought this up in the last video. If I end up doing that, then I will certainly be using mods to make the game manage itself a little bit better, and also to fix some of these things that I think are pretty they're just not correct. All right, so let's check any industry, for example. If we just click Ohio and go to buildings, and we'll say glassworks. Okay, so if I choose auto expand, the game only looks at 3 different conditions. Does the glassworks have 95% of its cash reserves? Yes, it does. It has 100%. Okay. Is the market access in Ohio greater than 50%, which is already a bad thing to do? 50%? No, you should be getting close to 100% everywhere. Your infrastructure is bad. Okay, so if it's greater than 50%, yes, I'll expand. So I'll use more of it. Okay, and then remaining duration of the American construction queue is less than 26 weeks. Okay, I can do $1 million consecutive construction and only have this thing go to 20 weeks. So that's not really an accurate thing either, right? And what this thing isn't considering is the cost of doing business. So right now, porcelain's at 26% surplus and glass is a 23% deficit. This business is still profitable because of porcelain. What it's not factoring in, though, is the costs of its inputs. So in this case, dyes, really high up, right? Oil, it's inflated. We got to get the price of this stuff down. But if this was left to auto-expand itself right now, if I click this button right now, this thing would start upgrading itself. And it's going to end up using more of the oil and dye inputs. And I don't want it to use more of the oil and dye inputs, right? because it's already a problem. It's already not great, not accurate, right? So currently, right now, all the boxes are checked. And so if I speed up time real quick, we should see this thing auto expand itself. And there it goes. And so I'm going to cancel the auto expansion. I'm allowed to do it this once, but I'm going to cancel the auto expansion. I've done that on everything because I don't want it to kill my economy by just ripping all of these already things that are short. And imagine if the entire glassworks, if all of them did a check at the same time and decided to upgrade themselves, right? That would kill the profitability of all the glassworks, because now the output goods will have a really low price, or at least a lower price than they anticipated, while the inputs will have a much higher price than they anticipated, because now they're sucking down a whole bunch of them, right? So I don't want that to happen. And that's the reason why I've been individually controlling these markets all this time, is because I want to be able to control inputs and outputs and the prices of all of them. So I'm going to increase dyes in Guatemala. Let's get Mexico to have a couple more here. Mexico. We can get more dyes in the Rio there, and that's actually maxed out for them. Okay. We'll talk about that actually in a little bit too. Chiapas can go up a little bit too. So we're going to add more dye to our market. And then in our synthetic plants, if our synthetic plants are making silk right now, which I believe they are making silk, not all of them are making silk, but a lot of them are making silk. If I go to the synthetic plants, we can see that there's a mixture, right? So there's some of them are making one thing, some of them are making another. So we have 2 of them making silk and 2 of them making dyes. So what I could do is just increase the market for the ones making dyes, right? Because they're much more productive. 46, 45, much more productive because dyes are a higher output price. They have a higher price on the market. So therefore, these guys will be willing to produce more of them. And so I'm going to increase these 2 markets, but I don't need to increase these 2 markets, right? But if I went down here and I said expand all of them as needed, right? Well, if I go to, let's say, South Carolina, their cash reserves is going up, right? It's going up because they're making money. But as soon as I upgrade the other ones, they might not make money anymore. Wow, Jesus, dyes are actually really, really short here. Wow, did not see that coming. Let's say, to be fair, I don't know what kind of auto expansions have happened, right? And that's the other thing. I don't know where all these auto expansions are going. So to react to market shortages would be much harder to do because I don't exactly know what's in the queue because I didn't make the queue, right? We also have 4 wars going on here with Great Britain in the middle of all of them. Hello. So we have hyperabody. Peasant revolt. Where is this? I don't know where this is. Oh, it's way over here. So Great Britain is looking to... You have lots of peasants revolting against Great Britain. I feel like now is the time to help them. We have lots of this happening, actually. You know? Yeah, Great Britain is just in a bad way here. We could take advantage of this by going after their mainland now. We could. I could just go after their mainland right now. Do you know what that would do? Look at this. Actually, ooh. They're having their own revolution. It's about damn time. Oh, the revolutionary Great Britain. And they're both cocky. That makes sense. Well, I mean, I could totally help them in the revolution. I could. I could help them. It's only possible to take sides in diplomatic play during the diplomatic maneuvers phase. I'm gonna sway myself over to help them with their revolution. And that's interesting because they're gonna have to fight all of this stuff going on and then also need to defend themselves. And then I just swoop in and just help the revolution. And then if that revolution happens, does the... do they get control of all this too, or just their mainland? This is going to be interesting. I got to see this. So anyway, we'll just zoom time ahead. So anyway, I want new conditions to the auto upgrade mechanic. I want new checkboxes, things that check against the global supply of their inputs as well as just the price of their output, right? So if I want to be able to say, is the price of their good more than 10% above market equilibrium? Give me that checkbox. Because if they're cash flush, but their product is only like plus 8%, I don't need them all to go up, right? And then I want them to check and say, are the prices of their inputs, are any of their inputs more than, say, 15% above market equilibrium? And if yes, then don't upgrade, don't expand yet, because you're just going to hit that other industry harder, right? So I kind of want that a little bit too. Now, in theory, the inputs, right? If I have auto expand on the input markets too, like say electricity, for example, in theory, this having the price be very inflated, they should be expanding too. But there's no guarantee that they're going to expand faster than the markets that are using their product. So I need that to happen. Basically, I want that. Okay, so and a mod already fixes this. There's a mod on the Steam Workshop right now that does address this, and it does change the system, and in my opinion, improves it. What's this? Attempt to sway. Anglo-Canadian uprising offers us to owe us an obligation if we will back them in a diplomatic ongoing play against Great Britain. Okay. You can owe me an obligation. So this is these guys attempting to sway great powers to their cause, right? And that's what I was afraid other people were going to do. But now these guys have a lot of people supporting them, and there's a lot of army on both of these sides here. So that's going to be interesting. It's the Canada part. Oh, we got to do it. We got to do it, right? So we're obviously going to be mobilizing ourselves today because we're going to be at war here very soon. So we're going to be mobilizing. I'm also going to get some conscripts going, and we're going to say conscripts, you know, we could do it all throughout Mexico. Really just drive that home. I think we'll take it from the places that have more battalions. It's a shame I don't have professional army yet, but we're just going to choose basically all the conscripts that are in this area, and we're going to be sending them all over the place. So there's things that we got to do with this. Texas is obviously going to take a chance to go to war too. So what we'll do is we'll send some of our troops over to this area to really lock down things that are near our shores. And then I want to send a bunch over to here as well. I want to send some over here to help these guys as well. So I'm going to take a side here as well. Okay. And that's what we want. So I'm gonna want to take, and let's say admirals. Can I get down to get out of my way? Come on, get out. Yeah, I know. I got all this stuff. Can I have like one box for all these things? Just like one box that says close all. I would love that. Let's take admirals. Thank you. And I want Theodore Sinclair. I want you to do a naval invasion. Oh, you can't do it yet. Can't do it yet. All right. I don't know how this works when it comes to like war. I mean, I can't mobilize. I can't bring people where I need them before the war happens, you know? So I do have to wait until these wars actually begin in order to do this, which is interesting. We also have this part down here. Nicaragua, New York front. That's peculiar. Didn't realize you guys were even having a problem. John Pershing, can you, you can go down here. You're not that leveled up. And these guys are all in revolt too. Again, I think the AI really needs some work. They're not managing their own people very well, and you know, that is a big problem. So now we have inflated prices on all sorts of things because we're at war. We need oil to be expanded. I think oil in Texas is already expanded. The war machine industry is already at level 3, but I'm not using them, right? And so I need to get airplane production. So what I'm going to do is go into buildings, development, naval base. Is this where it is? Can make dreadnoughts, I suppose. Maybe it's barracks. We could do machine gunners. Heck yeah. As if ammunition and small arms isn't already expensive enough. We'll do machine gunners. I'm looking for where we would actually use the airplanes at. Aerial reconnaissance. Here it is. And so this is going to use more airplanes, but that's okay because we have a war machine industry that can start making those airplanes, and it's going to be very profitable once it does. So we're going to expand that a little bit too, and we'll start doing airplane reconnaissance with people as well. So my arms industry to make ammunition is going to start hitting that. It's going to start going to work and reduce the price, because when I changed all this stuff from the machine gunners, it was going to blow the price of ammunition way up. But I have these plants that are kind of temporary workers, right? These plants are just going to sit there and do nothing until they're needed. And that's great because when they're needed, they can spring to life and really help out a lot. So I like that. Okay. So it's looking to me like, yeah, I think my workshops need to be expanded too a little bit. So we got a front down here somehow. We got these guys, which we're going to help. But it looks to me like some of them have just... Is this over? No. No, you're not over yet. Maybe Great Britain will back down knowing that we're backing them, right? That's kind of what I'm hoping for, actually. It looks to me, though, like this isn't happening anymore, right? Am I correct on this? This revolution is not happening anymore? Did they back down? I was backing them. What happened? I was right there for you. I was there for you. I was going to be anyway. Strike breakers. What's this? The industrialists are paying a group of armed thugs calling themselves a private investigation agency to break up trade unions' agitation for workers' protections. We can arrest them for assault. I don't want to do that. It gains approval for... we cannot risk angering the industrialists further. Well, okay, so I kind of want to arrest them because it is, you know... This is not what we want to endorse, right? We cannot risk angering the industrialists further. I don't want to do this, even though this will bring down interest group approval for trade unions. It will technically go against the Communist Party to do this action. And it will help me get workers' protections passed, which is a little bit weird, considering the industrialists are the ones that are, you know, paying to go against the trade unions. But ultimately, I just can't bring myself to endorse violence against another group just for the sake of a political discourse. So I will arrest them, despite the fact that that is technically on paper against my interests. So we'll do that. I'm going to say flash freezing is going to definitely take care of itself. We're going down military tree almost exclusively now. And I'd like to get to, let's say, modern battlefield tactics seems interesting. And then I'd like to upgrade my, is it military tree? Yeah, naval bases. I'd like to upgrade my naval bases a bit here. So naval bases in here can really be upgraded. And I can go in and do something like this. Now, I think naval bases use a lot of infrastructure, so I probably have to also, at the same time, I'm probably going to need to increase like rail access in the District of Columbia and Maryland, upgrade the ports if possible, things like that. I'm probably going to have to do that as I do it, because I think naval bases use a lot of infrastructure. Pretty much the only supply shortage we're seeing is, it sort of looks like airplanes. Okay, war machines. Yeah, so, well, it's been fun, Texas, but you're not going to be the only exclusive player of the war machine anymore. I'm not going to be able to do that with you. Industry, is there? Yeah, war machine industries. So let's get more war machines built in Florida. We can get more war machines built. California can do a little bit. And then I think since we're going to go into this area too, we could also send them from a place like Wisconsin probably needs jobs. Iowa needs jobs. And Minnesota. So we'll get war machines going in these industries as well. Okay. So we've got two new battles here, and I haven't taken a side against the East India Trading Company. The East India Company is way over here, and this is kind of where I wanted to be, right? Yeah, I wanted to be over here. So I think I do want to help them in their revolt, don't I? I do. I want to help them. I'm going to be on your side. Well, it doesn't look like I can. I'm leaning here, but I can't do this because the diplomatic maneuvers phase is over. So I can't actually join them late. So I guess they'll just be over there, and hopefully they win because they're spread out. But I can join this side. And there's no one else helping them. So I'm pretty sure this little spot in Canada here is going to get their independence now in 1910, which is pretty good. So I want to take my boat, and I'm going to move it over there. So now we've got these two. We're obviously going to have to go against all of this. But just look at the difference in our military strength, okay? Great Britain is 204 to 85. Then their friends are 26, 11, 26, 6, 14, 24, 22, 3, 17, 13, 12, 21, 20, 41, 0, 0. I'm not sure how you guys are helpful. And then 10, okay? These are just Great Britain territories, I guess. In other words, all of them together are a third. Math is hard. Let's go with half of what I am, which is kind of nuts. So good. So I'm going to take and say, you guys go to... I don't want to go there. I want to go across the water. Isn't this where I'm supposed to be? Oh, now. It's over here. I'm helping you over here. How come I can't bring you over here? So it looks like the active front on this war is this. The Nicaragua front. This is the actual war. It's all here. That's it. Wow. Okay, well, everyone go. Theodore, we're going to do a naval invasion here with Simon Hammer. And we'll also go in and do this as well with the rest of the generals. We'll just get in on water and we'll stop them. And then Helm and Blair, we're going to say we want you to raid convoys here and stop the supply lines. So we'll just do some superior, we'll take command of the water. I didn't realize this entire war over here was taking place only right here. But that's the way it looks. And that's senseless because there's no way Great Britain could even get here fast enough to stop this. That's kind of it. The war is over already. You can't even get over here fast enough. So, okay, I guess. Yeah, we're cordial with Spain now, apparently. Can I get Spain to join my customs union? I just want to have access to everything the Spanish have access to. Is that so much to ask? Apparently I can't do that yet. Oh, it's right here. Customs union. I could do it with maybe Portugal. Brazil. They won't accept. What do I have to do to get these guys to accept? Plus 20. Portuguese GDP is 8 million compared to ours, which is almost a billion. That's only giving me plus 20, apparently. Yeah, apparently. What is it? Not adjacent to ours? Okay, so that offsets the entirety of this. Our infamy is notorious, so that gives a negative. Weird. It's just like there's no... I don't know. I think the trade union, the customs union thing is a really useless mechanic in this game, to be honest. The idea of uniting your trade networks under one. Apparently that's just not possible to do regularly, I guess. Okay, so I was going to do a lot of market stuff, but obviously with wars happening everywhere, and it's 1910, so next year, if you're wondering why I haven't gone after Canada yet, the truce doesn't end until next year. So diplomacy truces, and it's 1911, June, specifically. So in about 11 months' time, I can go over and then annex Canada, which will give us these states. And it'll be... I suppose it'll be 11 years after where I wanted them, because I did want to have the entire continental United States by 1900. But I made up for it by having most of Central America at the same time. And actually, I'm thinking of just taking Nicaragua now. I think I'm just going to take Nicaragua now. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that. Conquer state Nicaragua, which we're already fighting a war, so we can't. Apparently, we have a truce with Nicaragua until 1912. Wasn't aware of that either, so I guess there's a lot of stuff going on I'm not aware of. So I need to not be involved in this war anymore. Somehow Great Britain is considered winning this? How? Where's the front lines? Show me the front lines. I don't see a front. There is no front. How are you winning this? How is Great Britain winning this? It doesn't make any sense. I completely dominated them. Now we have even more people. North India. North India is pissed at Great Britain. They're so fractured over here. They're so fractured. I mean, I could help all of them. I really can. I can help you all. I just need you to allow me to, help you all against the British. That could be one playthrough where we always take sides against the British no matter what. We could. We very well could. Let's take allegiances and we'll just kind of sway ourselves that way. And then this one here is Canada. So now there's an extra revolt. Now there's the Newfoundlander Proletariat Revolt in Newfoundland going against Newfoundland. So now these guys, which have gained their independence from Great Britain, I guess Great Britain capitulated here, and that's why it happened. I still don't understand why this is... I mean, my flag is clearly displayed here. I'm absolutely winning this fight. It just doesn't show that I am. But, I mean, maybe it's because Newfoundland is going to be dealing with this. But, I mean, hey, I'm one for revolutions, man. So maybe I just help Newfoundland to keep our relationship up. And then perhaps I can just tell them to join me afterwards. I don't know. I mean, I'm about to go and take the rest of Canada. So I don't really know how this is going to work for me. I'm going to declare myself neutral on that one. You guys can work out your own politics on that one. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do there, but... Texas, are we making airplanes? Yeah, we're making a reasonable amount of airplanes now. Good. Now, I want to see what are... Like, how do I know my strategies on this, right? Am I able to advance the front line anywhere? Like, am I able to go anywhere with you guys? I have to take you there with a boat, most likely. So, I mean, I'm still stopping resupplies and all sorts of things here, right? But if I wanted to say naval invasion, I can go right into here and naval invade here. Into Kenya. Naval invasion into Kenya. Is that what I want to do? Is this Great Britain? Yeah, this is Great Britain. They're in that war with North India. So I could go in there. Well, let's go then. Let's go then. Get in there. With, I don't know. Let's see. Who's got more? 85 to 50. Yeah, you. Go. Get in there. Naval invasion started. Get over there and mess them up. We now have workers' protections. Okay, good. Now I don't need the communists in power anymore. So that's all done. All done. We have workers' protections. Let's start something else we can do now. I may actually need them in government for one little bit here. I want to have old age pension. I want to have old age pension here. And obviously this is going to make the industrialists really mad. It is going to make them mad. Darn. I mean, we've gotten almost everything else except pensions. Right? Everything else that we needed, except for professional army, of course. Universal suffrage, slavery's banned, migration controls are implemented. I mean, we got everything. Yeah. A good protected speech, I suppose, is a thing we could get. It looks like this... It doesn't make the industrialists mad, so I guess there's that. Then we can't bolster or suppress interest groups anymore. But yeah, we need protected speech. So let's go and get protected speech. And we'll do that. And then hopefully we'll be able to get old age pension and stuff too. Like the problem with the game right now, from a historical perspective and I guess a wording perspective, is that I have to have the communists in power in order to give them the basic rights and necessities that we actually enjoy in America today. Because the industrialists don't want them. The Whig Party doesn't want those things. So it's like you're communists in name only, right? Like it's not even their original sort of doctrine, if you will. Like they're not really going and supporting things that are, you know, well, I'll shut up now. I think you can get the point. So the things that are really expensive right now, dyes are still expensive, and I'm unclear. It's a little unclear to me why they're so expensive. Oil is expensive now too, so we're gonna up the oil rigs into Rio Grande. But I think I'm gonna get your dye plantation is maxed out. Okay. Who else is you? I'm gonna get you up 5 levels. Screw it, 10 levels. And then if there's a dye. Yeah, there's dye here. Let's put you at 5 levels as well. I need more dye on the market. And then I also think more lead would be a good idea because we are, I think, overpaying for lead right now. Yeah. Billionaire achievement unlocked. We now have $1 billion GDP. Our GDP is now over $1 billion. Which, I mean, historically, by this point, we should be like around 5 billion, but whatever. It's fine. We're only number 5 in the world when it comes to literacy rate. I think it's because we've been adopting all these new people, right? We've been bringing new people in, and that's lowering the average overall. Average current status of living is secure at 2 in the world. Lanfang is the only one that's better than us on average. They're probably a very small, unrecognized power yet. They just don't have very many people to deal with. And actually, China's their overlord, so they're a puppet anyway. And then, population-wise, we're on number 3. That's probably going to stay because, to be honest, I guess East India companies now... It's now the East India Company instead of Great Britain. Great Britain is down to 40 million people. Too many revolts. Too many revolts. But we're never going to beat China. They're already up almost 500 million people now. Radicals are rapidly falling. Loyalists are rapidly climbing. All the things are good. I know I have almost $1 million deficit here with war going on. But as you can see, we have a lot. We can afford this for a while. We're going to be all right because of all the wars going on. All right, so did we come over here and win? It would appear as though we came over here and kicked their ass. Did we come over here and kick ass? Come on, Kenya. They have malaria. I didn't even think about that. Ooh, my African playthrough. Yeah, I'm going to have to deal with that probably. Malaria is going to be a big deal. Thanks for the heads up, Kenya. Forgot about that. The Western world hasn't had to deal with malaria in forever, so just sometimes we forget about that kind of thing. So, like, are we going to win or what? Like, it's so hard to tell because, like, these numbers suggest that I'm losing, but I just don't see how that's possible. Naval invasion. I can't go in there. So, like, the war is kind of over at this point. I guess I can go in here. All right, we'll send George over here now. This is still British areas, so we'll send him over here now, too. Anywhere else? Can we invade anywhere else? Yeah, is there any way we can... Yeah, can we invade over here? Let's get in here. Yeah, get in here and help them. Theodore Sinclair, patrolling the coast? I think not. I think you're going to get in here. Invade. Go invade Britain. Why not? Let's just really crush them. Great Britain will be no more. There will be nothing on the whole map will say Great Britain when we're done with them. And all this happening over here. Can I go over there? I actually want to go over here instead. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing that, all right, why don't we just get another admiral? Because we can. Intelligentsia. Hi, you. Francis. Naval invade. Over here. Go. Oh, I need another person. What area are you in? You're in... Where are you? I need to see what region you're in. You're down here. Okay, so... I want to... You're Dixie, right? Dixie. I thought I saw that. It says Yankee culture, but you're definitely in the South. But all right, it's fine. Maybe you're up in this area. Anyway, military, army, activate general. Look at this. Holy cow, there's a lot there. New England, Dixie. This is where I want, right here. 509. Let's go armed forces. And Dixie again here. Yep. And then another rural folk, I think. Pious. Expedition opportunities. I don't know what that is. Do you know what expeditions are? Anybody in the comments? Let me know what that is. I haven't seen anything that's related to expeditions in the game. I don't know if this is just not a completed thing or if it's just really hidden, but I haven't seen that anywhere. It's like I want to go on expeditions. Send them over that way. Go. We're just going to invade everywhere. Send our troops around the world. Navy. Give me another admiral. I want it in... yeah, New England is fine, actually. And then I don't really have a choice, do I? They're both petite bourgeoisie, so we'll say... Not wrathful. Yeah, political movement radicalism. No, thanks. Naval I'll give this guy, and then I want that guy to... Is it Eustace? Is that who it was? Yeah. I want you to go... I don't know, we can get into there. Into India. Let's just go down into here. Mess with them. Oh, I don't have anybody else. I need somebody else, right? I need another. Did I put you in the wrong region? I put you up in New England, didn't I? Yeah, you're in New England. Okay, so I need to have an army that is in New England. So therefore, New England will be this dude, who is unfortunately reckless, but it is what it is. And then we'll send you, yeah, to the UK. In you go. Send them into the UK. Let's just go mess with them for a little while, shall we? The play for power. Theodore Sinclair, leader of the armed forces, has made a remarkable play for power in the capital to secure a spot for the armed forces within the government. Well, we could have him, yeah, we could have the armed forces recognized as political strength. I like this because we can then hopefully get professional army at that point. So once we have protected speech, we can then go in and get professional army, which will make the armed forces love me again. Because they don't like, as far as I'm aware, they don't like protected speech. They don't like this. So attempting to enact that is probably brought them down a little bit in terms of their happiness. If I went to laws, come on game. It's getting very slow. Oh, I hate, it's like I'm playing Aquatico again is what it feels like right now. Which I still have to make one more video on that game, don't I? It's not a huge deal. Like, it's honest, to be honest, I'm probably just gonna make it right now. Actually, it's not even at the end of the tech tree yet, but I should just make it to close out that playlist because that's taking way too long. What else? Same thing with captive industry though, right? I'm just like taking way too long. So we should be able to just get in here. Where's my forces? Does it take a while to get there? I want to see my flag everywhere. Show me my war flag. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now I see my... this isn't a beautiful thing. It's Ireland, though. It's not the mainland UK. Not yet. We need to have more troops over here. I need more people over here. Let's say... Theodore Sinclair, give me a naval invasion on this. Right there. Go. Bring him in. And Philip, can I get a naval invasion over in the Midlands as well? Let's go help him out. 54 versus 92. Get over there and help him out. We need more. Wow, we're actually getting kind of pummeled over here, aren't we? I need more Navy. More Navy, please. Navy, Navy, Navy. Pacific Coast, sounds good. Let's get Intelligentsia going, although that guy's bigoted. I probably shouldn't have chose him. Arthur K, naval invasion. Can't do it. All right, well, war goals were enforced, I guess. I can't get over there. Come on now. Come on now, get over there. There's war on... I just like seeing, for a brief moment, the American flag. Although, again, that's in Ireland, not the mainland over here. I want it to be over here. And, like, there's so many revolts. Like, they have to just... They're not taking care of their people, right? Yeah, so we got defeated here, unfortunately. I guess I just was spread too thin. Yeah, I was spread too thin. I never claimed to be good at war in this game. I just need to get rid of all of these. Is there a setting in the game where I can just make these things go away? And just, like, you know, not have things that are completely... that have nothing to do with me, right? Can I have things that have nothing to do with me not show up? That would be great. I don't need to improve my relations with you guys anymore. Technology spread is going to happen faster now as we have protected speech. So the next thing to activate, now that we have protected speech, would be... it's really just National Army, right? And Social Security, old age pension. Industrialists will hate this. It'll radicalize the Southern planters. If I go to Professional Army, here it is. I can do this now. Yeah, and this will be okay. Professional Army is now on the ticket so that we never get beaten again. I told you. The moment we lose a battle is the moment that everybody says, okay, we need, you know. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. How come I don't have authority? Protected speech means I can't bolster anyone yet anymore. I should have this back now. Right? I guess it doesn't say that anymore, but could have swore that I could have swore that said I couldn't bolster or suppress anyone anymore. Well, anyway, I'm going to go into intelligentsia, and we're just going to stop bolstering you. Give me my authority back. Okay, so what's going on with wages here? It's all the goods for military buildings, right? Because we have so many troops, so many soldiers active right now that just the entire industry, all the industries for military goods are just really profitable right now. They should be. War machines are apparently not happening here. I'm keeping airplanes very cheap, I guess. We can change this, I guess. If I go to buildings, development, conscription centers, you can use aerial reconnaissance as well. There you go. And then naval bases, I kind of want destroyers, to be honest. And so I have destroyers active, and we need more ironclads. And ironclads appear to be quite expensive. Not as much as ammunition, but ironclads are pretty expensive right now. You're all just missing small arms. Okay, we need more small arms, I guess. Let's go to industry, and I could have swore you were in here. I mean, munitions, but that's not it. I need small arms. Am I just missing it? Arms industries. Yeah, arms industries makes small arms. I'm looking for small in a name, and I can't see it. Let's make it out in the Great Plains here. We'll get a couple of industries that do this and like upgraded a couple here. They'll work it a lot once they can, but you know, when it's not wartime anymore, they won't do it anymore. Okay, and then adding all that stuff, I probably also need to go in and add more rail access for Illinois. Pennsylvania's got 90%, and war is messing up my entire game right now. California, my goodness, I can never give you enough. Yeah, I can never give you enough market access. So let's do that. I also have a feeling that things have grown so high that my taxation capacity is probably weighing on me too somewhere. Not New York, but I bet it's weighing on me somewhere. So I'll probably have to look at that too. But yeah, these guys, that's Indian territory. No, taxation capacity seems pretty solid, actually. It's just the infrastructure that's a problem, which is getting worked on right now. Okay, well, yeah. So, again, we're a huge, massive deficit with war going on. But I think on these conflicts specifically, like, I'm just gonna declare neutrality here and declare neutrality here. They're pretty confident, though. Where are you guys? Oh. Down here. Really? Where? This? Nicaragua? Huh. Alright, we'll help you. We'll help you against the British. That's cool. Yeah. Now the British is worried. Oh, we have a lot of places on the fence, though. A lot of places on the fence. So, British war reparations are... Yeah, crushed Newfoundland recession. So, that didn't happen. So, Newfoundland wins? Is that what I just see? Newfoundland wins? Yeah. So, I mean, these guys are taking care of their own thing, though. So, like, I think these two are still at war, right? Yeah, because they're trying to revolt. I don't know. We'll let them deal with that later. I'm almost able to take Canada at the moment, and my infamy is now 80. Because I'm just helping others, not engaging in my own wars. Right? I'm just helping others. In this case, I'm helping Nicaragua. Failed naval invasion. I know. I have a lot of these active people too, so like it's weighing on my budget. But now that I'm not in active war anymore, my budget goes back up and everything's fine. So it's costing me about $1.5 million. What it looks like. It costs me about $1.5 million. My population has also dropped due to war, most likely. That happens. That is the nature of war, unfortunately. Sometimes it drops. Still want opium. I keep saying I want opium, but like, I gotta get over here and get it. Conquer South Bengal. We'll face 32.5 infamy, so this will make us a pariah if I do this. But I can get in here and, you know, hopefully the other people don't get involved. But if they do get involved, this will be a massive loss. But I really, really, really want opium. So I'm going to make this play. And I'm going to make this play, and I'm going to get over there and attempt to liberate these people. Now, I still cannot do a naval invasion here. I cannot send my ships towards this until the stage in which the war officially begins. So therefore, I cannot mobilize my military to get over here at all until the war begins, which gives me a huge disadvantage because it's going to take a long time for my ships to get over there and make landfall, probably. But we'll see. We will see whether that matters. So we're going to defend these guys. At least, oh, no, maybe we don't have to. It looks like we don't have to. Yeah, war goal added. East India Company. War goal added for the East India Company. So, like, that's nothing. Where is mine? Where's the one that I just got into? Like, this is the thing. Like, I don't see things that matter to me. British Central America interest removed. I don't think you have this anymore, do you? Yeah, this is completely not you anymore. I hate how many clicks it takes to get places. Okay, so truces. Yeah, so these guys are no longer a puppet. The Mosquito Kingdom. Love it. No longer a puppet. So this is mine, right? We're going after the East India Company, which is a major power. But they should be fearful. Yeah, they are probably going to attempt to... Oh, it can take North Bengal too. Let's do it. Let's put North Bengal on the list as well. If they decide to fight us, we'll take both. East India Company is now it's not Great Britain anymore, I guess. Okay. We could take another goal. Not sure if I want another one though. Like, I don't know what's in this one. Is there anything in this area? You guys have access to rice fields, opium plantations, a lot. Bihar. Okay, so we can do that too. Let's say we want to add we'll add this to our war goals too. So if you want to fight us, you're going to have to take that. You're going to have to, yeah. So it looks to me like we got a couple of people that are swaying. China still might get in on this. France might still get in on this. And it doesn't look like France is going to be able to be swayed. Nobody's going to be able to come towards me because we're going to be considered a pariah here in a second. And then once I go after Canada, right? Like once I go after Canada, I'm absolutely a pariah, and then anyone can come over and try to cut me down to size, and so I'll probably have to defend myself a lot. Which, you know, if my people were smart, they would enact professional army and let me actually do it, because I have lots of money. And by the way, this money that I have is with the lowest possible taxation, so I can double my income right now by going up to low taxes. And it's still acceptable to do that. But I've lowered it because I don't want radicalism while I'm doing this and because I can afford it. And then, like, obviously, once the reserves get up to, like, full, I don't know what I'm going to do then. It just feels like a waste, right? So, yeah. All right. So let's see if these guys are willing to play ball here. Got to see who's willing to join them. Apparently Afghanistan. Afghanistan is leaning, but they're not. These guys are still very much on the fence, and that's okay with me. I just don't know whether or not we're going to be able to take this by ship. I mean, I've never done that. A lot of people were saying I should have been doing that earlier as the United States. I should have been like rushing into Africa to colonize and get resources, but I wanted to make sure that I was stable. I wanted to make sure that I took care of stuff within my own borders before I started expanding. I do wish the United States would do that more often. But unfortunately, in our global economy, the way we have it today, in order to take care of people within our own borders, we do have to take care of things outside our borders because we are a global society at this point. Professional army is now done. It worked. Yes. We can mobilize so many more now. So we're going to mobilize all generals, activate conscripts, and let's go into... here we go. Put it in order of most units available. Pennsylvania, New York, Michigan, Texas, California. We're going to probably have to fight a big war here, so we're going to activate all of you guys. Okay? So professional army is done. And should be ready to rock and roll here in a second. I just can't get them to the front, so I have to wait until my Navy is ready to go, and then I can send them. Okay. So, are we getting very close to... yeah, we're going away from the diplomatic. These guys are mobilized at 311. They got a lot, you know? I'm actually curious on why I don't have... like, what happened to all of this? We've lost a lot of people here. You know, I feel like what I should do here, development barracks. I feel like what I should do here is go aerial reconnaissance. Yeah, all these things are on aerial. We don't have field hospitals because we need opium first. We don't have the first aid. I wish the recovery rate was up. I think that's probably why, because we haven't recovered yet, right? So we just need opium. Which, if it's expensive, it's expensive. But you know, I should pay it, right? So maybe we'll take and do first aid in all of these for now. But then what I really need to have happen here is not trench, skirmish infantry. I think this. I want everyone to be on skirmish infantry, and then I want, like, let's say 30 levels higher on all of these. We may not win this. We have a lot less troops than I thought we had. Right? Because we went to war and lost a couple battles, and so that kind of took it down. So I think we'll go up 40 levels on all of our current centers here, which will add a huge amount of soldiers to my nation, right? Minnesota goes up, Wisconsin goes up, and you know, these levels that we're upping this, it'll take a long time, I think, to actually expand these, but barracks, as far as I understood anyway from before, are actually really fast. It only takes a couple of weeks to do one level, so we should be able to do all of these with our current construction capacity. Should be able to do all these pretty fast, I think. Okay, I think that's enough for now. That should be enough to win this war. So now we're down 1.2 million as a deficit. Begin! Yeah, look at all these. 56 pages of construction. But look, all of these levels can all be done in 2 weeks, right? So we'll have a lot of soldiers very soon. But right now I don't have a lot, and I need to get them over there. So yeah, this might be harder than I think, or it will be very easy. Wait a minute. Stop. Really? Really? You capitulated? You gave up? You backed down? Yielding the primary war goal to us. Yeah. So they only gave me South Bengal. But you know what? That's good enough. That's good enough. South Bengal is what I wanted. Bring in the opium. Well, I think with that being done, I can probably go into my buildings and cancel like literally everything I just did, right? Yeah? Just go down 20 levels, I guess. Well, I still want to have more army, but because I need to go after Canada here, but they capitulated. You know, I almost want to say, dang it, I wanted all of them right now, but I guess they gave up. All right, so I guess we'll let them go. That's fine. I have the money to invest in it. Let's get our centers up and running. It's fine. But with opium now accessible, I would hope that a lot of our expenses when it comes to healthcare for military should now go down, right? Because we're adding opium to the market. So it's not enough yet, but it should be pretty soon. So this is 75% surplus right now, right? And we're going to add opium to our market now by doing that. And there's still this movement to, restore national militia. And look at how many radicals we have now. And they're all over here. They're all over here. Where are they? Right there. How many? What's the population here? 11 million people. Nope, that's 19 million people. 19 million people. Look at how much bureaucracy it takes to incorporate this as an official state. 20 years and 5,000 bureaucracy. But look at the taxation capacity, right? It's so bad here. So we need to fix that like right away. So we need to get our government administration buildings need to be switchboards to help with that. And then I need to raise this up like 20 levels because there's a lot of people here, right? There's 19 million people here. So we need to upgrade that. And then, so we'll spend a little bit of money on that so that we can actually tax these guys. And then the textiles, We can get looms. Let's use elastics. Let's use the electronic sewing machines. Right, and electricity is very expensive. I think it makes no sense to have our electricity just magically come from, you know, domestic. So we'll say we want a power plant over here, and then also give me a university so that we can have, you know, people with qualifications over here too. And then I think we can probably... We don't need this many barracks levels, to be honest. I'm probably just going to go ahead and cancel a lot of these barracks levels. Yeah, these are all queued. So let's just stop the ones that are queued. We'll just... Oh, not that one. Nope, these are ones I actually want. In fact, the government administration buildings, to help with my budget, I should push this to the top of the list. So these increases should go up, as well as the opium plantations. But, yeah, all the government administration buildings should be pushed to the top of the list here. Yeah, and then we'll get power going in, and then in the university for the qualifications. And then all the barracks, we can just start, I think. Because we can, you know, we don't need to queue all these up. Okay, wait, that's not... Wow, okay, fine, cool, awesome, that's fine. There it goes. All right, so this place should be better off pretty soon. It's just going to take a while. But look, we got opium now, all right? And we'll add infrastructure here too. We'll get... These guys are going to be in good shape here soon, okay? Let's get a couple of levels on the port. Get a better construction sector as well. Modern battle fleet tactics. Plus 10 naval base max level. And this says the United States of America in South Bengal now. Good. All right, and then the East India Trading Company, we're gonna have a truce with them, so we can't do anything. Let's do an aircraft carrier in our military, and we need to get Hawaii, we need to get Alaska, and I think, you know, with just South Bengal, I don't really think I need the North, to be honest. South Bengal is gonna be fine for getting us opium. We just have to increase, like, rapidly increase the productivity over there, right? So it's gonna be a matter of like stabilizing this area, so they're not in turmoil. Construction sector going up. We need to help their infrastructure, give power, food industries, all the things that we need. But really, the big thing for these guys is access to the American market and taxation capacity, which is so low right now at 84.9%. So getting the government administration buildings rapidly increased, is going to be needed here too. So papers at a discount and telephones are a little expensive. So I suppose I could go in to my electrics industries. Just go to the buildings tab. Electrics industries. We can go... Or figure out where it is. No, can't see it. All the paper mills should be using this. All of them should be using paper bleaching, and every single one of them should be... no, I have some of them that are actually publicly traded, so I don't want to do that yet. Shipyards, we'll put all of them on... Yeah, so I think we'll put all of them on steamships. And I think we'll put all of them on military shipbuilding too. So we're just going to go ham on shipyards now too. Because I want to have destroyers and things like that so I can get overseas faster and be stronger and all that. Yeah, war machine industry is going to be a little less productive now. And here's our electrics. So I want Arizona to go up. So let's go West Virginia. Let's get the telephones to be a little cheaper, so they're not hitting our expenses so hard. All right, and then where's my administration buildings? All right, we're at level 22 now. So we should be doing a lot better on taxation. My gosh, we have so many levels we need here. There's a lot of people here. No, I'm gonna need a lot more levels. Yeah, we're gonna need this to be pumped up. I think I need a much bigger government here. Let's go 20 more levels, because there's a lot of people in this area. And turmoil is dropping. Infrastructure is not helped yet, but I did put the railway on the schedule, right? At 8 weeks. You should see their port increase too. That'll help with infrastructure. And then if we want to take North Bengal, we should have a barracks here. We should have a lot of soldiers here to defend this. So I think I will put, let's say, a level 10 Navy base here. And then also we'll up the barracks here by like quite a few levels here, just to make sure we can really defend this, because we need it. We also now get a local access to tea, which is pretty fantastic, but I'm going to really focus on opium first because we need it. We'll use rail transportation with automatic irrigation. And this should bring the price of opium to absolute lowest levels possible. Like, that's just going to kill the market for opium, which is good. Because we're going to be using it, right? As soon as I do more war with Canada and everything, that industry is going to be flourishing, so it'll be fine. Next, I think we're pariahs now, right? Yeah, at 122. So we'll need to wait a little bit on that. GDP has been reduced due to war and reduced population and all that stuff, but I think it will go back up. I think we're gonna be all right here. Expected standard of living all went down. This is what war does, right? We bring in a whole bunch of people who are in a bad situation. Our averages are going to drop. Average standard of living drops as soon as we bring in South Bengal, right? Average on the literacy, I think, dropped as soon as we brought in South Bengal, right? So population rose, of course, but that's less important. And radicals rose immediately upon bringing them in, but it's going to steadily decline because we're going to fix radicalization over here. Focus on this 19 million people that are here. It's a lot, actually. And let's see, what's food at right now? 30% wow. Okay, automatic bakery. Let's not do patent stills. We don't want that. We'll do just prioritize groceries right now. Vacuum canning, baking powder. Yep. Really hit. Yep. And then we'll need sugar too. Do we have the ability to make sugar here, or do we need to get it somewhere else? This is just silk. Dyes are pretty expensive still, so we can get some silk going here. I still want opium to go up higher. Probably could use some fish. And let's get... we could add tea. Let's add tea and coffee from here, but mostly tea. And then... trying to think of the better way to go with this. Sulfur is very expensive, so I need to do something with that industry too. So all new products, all new things to deal with, all new industries to expand. Oh, isn't it exciting? We have ourselves a little place in Asia to call our own. You saw it coming eventually. I did say I wanted to do it. I just kind of put this off way too long. Apologies for that. So I need to expand all of our basic stuff now to go with the industries that we just added. And unfortunately, that means needing to get groceries. I need more groceries. I think liquor's a big deal. I need to go back to the essentials because loyalists are going to begin to drop now because of this. And radical line go up because we have restore national militia as a thing now too. I'm just going to declare neutrality on this one and not care. All right, so let me work on this for a little bit. It's a few years. I do need to get my infamy down a little bit. Being a pariah does kind of suck here. We're going to have more radicals from Conquest, unfortunately, with this. So I need to let that cool down. And when we come back for the next video, I don't exactly know how many years you're allowed to play here. To my understanding, at least I was told anyway, the last year is 1936, but maybe you can keep playing on. I don't know. But either way, we're getting close to the end here. And the only thing I have left to do to really fulfill my own personal goals with this is to get these 3 states, which to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and take Canada and have the whole thing. That's fine. Then I'm going to need to go in and get Alaska and Hawaii. And also I need to try my best to get access to Puerto Rico as well. After that, though, I kind of don't care too much about anything else in the game. I had some nice to haves, like I wanted to make nice with Cuba and all that stuff too, but and then I've got this little place over in South Bengal just giving me enough opium so that my soldiers can have good recovery times and stuff. So you can see that this is actually going back up. We're able to conscript even more soldiers now, which is good. And we have the Free Trade Party, which has now been founded, and it looks to me like the communists are oh, the goddamn Free Trade Party took all the votes away from the Whigs. Why did you do this? It will continue. So it goes. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. We're going to keep working on stabilizing this region now to reduce those radicals even more if I can. So Take care. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.